Okay, we talked about today about having talks with yourself can change your day, and it can also rewire your brain. Talking to yourself, not crazy anymore. It's actually the norm, and we know that. We see people always like they're talking to themselves with their cell phones and the little things in their ears. So it's not really considered crazy anymore, is it? So, but I promised you we talk about this today, so we are. Lenny Wennerstrom. I am a spiritual guide and mentor and self-taught trainer, life coach, and today is, what day is it? Today is September 11th, auspicious day, day 254 of the year, 112 days left, and over 70% complete with 2024. So I have an update for my hubby after this, or on my hubby's condition after this, but let's go ahead and read the passage. What am I reading a passage from? Dr. Shad Helmstetter's book, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose. Why? Because I am here to help you to find your purpose in any way that I possibly can. I want to help you, guide you, and help you to, like anyone I come across, it's like I just want to give you maybe some right questions, some right thinking, some thoughts that can help you to make the right decisions for yourself based on what you really want, rather than what you think you need to go into or what you feel you have to because of lack, right? And when I say lack, I mean because I don't have enough money, or I'm looking for security, or if those are if those reasons are important enough to you, by all means do it. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not like permission or no permission or any of that. All I'm saying is really think about what you really want in life, because it takes just as long to get to the right goal, the right purpose, as it does to get to the wrong goal. And a lot of times, and I've said this before, a lot of times it takes even longer to get to the wrong one because you're kind of kicking and screaming, or it doesn't feel right, or you don't know, you're not sure. And so then you go maybe take extra schooling or extra skill setting, or building different skills for something that you're not quite sure about. And then you get there and it's like, and you go through years and years of doing it or something, and you're just like, man, I really don't want to do it. We talked about this with like the attorney, right? The attorney and a doctor. These people didn't want to be an attorney or a doctor, but their parents wanted them to be. And one wanted to make money, and you think about these examples, and wanted to make a lot of money, but wasn't super happy doing it, wasn't what his purpose was, and in the end, and both of them just lived kind of not miserable lives, but until they found what they really wanted to do, which wasn't being a doctor or being an attorney. It just wasn't who they were and what they wanted to do. But it took them a lot of years. In the spiritual realm, not right or wrong, it's the journey, right? It's just, that was exactly what their higher self, they did what they needed to do during this lifetime for themselves, not right or wrong. But could it be that you get the message that maybe this is not something that where you're going is not exactly where you want to go, and you could really start thinking about your purpose and see if it aligns with your purpose wherever you're going in your life, that path. Because remember, your purpose is your overarching, just think of it as your mission that you've chosen while you're here during this lifetime. And just think how that if you were in a boat with a rudder and you were steering the rudder, you'd be like right to your purpose. Everything that you did would be all about your purpose. All the skill sets you would get, all the schooling, all the volunteering that you would do, everything, the communities you would join, all of that kind of stuff would be, it would feel right to you because it would be part of your purpose. You like my background today? This is, I told you I was going to show you. I'm at the big Texan, and I always just sit outside of my own rig. My rig is like out like that way. You can't really see it from here, but this is what I show you across the cabins. And here's a bathhouse, Big Texas wagons. It's really funny. Yesterday I put on my microphone and I didn't even, and look, it has a little hammock. My brother and I came out here, and I like to meditate out here. It's so nice. Well, I haven't done it in a while out here, but it's just so beautiful. And I don't ever want to bother, other peeperoos that are in these cabins when they come out here and stuff, and they're enjoying themselves. I don't want to come and do a big video, but there isn't anyone around. So I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. And these are the wagons I told you about. These covered wagons, they're actual cabins. Like they're just, they're cabins. And you can't really see John Wayne over there. It's too dark, but you can see all the little, I don't know if they're mannequins or what. It's like they're not real people. So that's the story. And let's go ahead and read the passage for today. Thought I'd just show you since I was here. So September 11th, I choose to live my life well in the most positive way. I may never know all those lives I have helped get better in my lifetime and beyond, but by helping others, I will have lived my life well. And it feels so good to help others. That's service to others, right? Rather than service to self. And it's such a beautiful feeling when you have helped others. So I think that most of us, I feel like all the people I meet really want to help people. They're not interested in getting whatever they can. And it doesn't mean that you don't work to be successful and you're not determined to have personal wealth or your health or any of those things. But along the way, almost every single person I've ever met wants to help others. It's like, well, what do you want to do with your life? Well, I want to help people. How do you want to help people? And this is how you get to where you want to go. So anyway, maybe I should try and finish up before somebody comes over here and let me read. So that was the passage, but let's spin it around like we do. Bzzz. So your higher self, in the second person, let's read it the way your higher self would be talking to you, or you yourself would be talking to you, like, hey, Lenny, here, let's just do it this way, but speaking to you, right? Like a coach, the higher self. Let's go. I choose to live my life well oh wait, that's how Shad wrote it. This is, you choose to live your life well in the most positive way. You may never know all those lives you have helped get better in your lifetime and beyond, but by helping others, you will have lived your life well, and you will have. It's a beautiful thing. So let's talk about this self-talk tip number 34 that Shad has written in here. Having talks with yourself can change your day. It can also rewire your brain. Talking to yourself and what you say when you talk to yourself and how you talk to yourself. So let's read this. Let me see if I have enough light. I do. Some people used to think that talking to yourself was a sign of mental illness. We know that's not true anymore. We now know that having a conversation with yourself can not only be healthy, it can also literally rewire your brain and make it better. I don't know why I'm sitting, I just can't read it because of the lights. So the problem is most of what we say when we talk to ourselves is the same old programming, usually negative, that we were used to giving ourselves in the past. Research shows that most of our unconscious programs are the negative kind. So out of habit, we continue unconsciously wiring and rewiring ourselves in the same negative way. But now imagine changing that and having an entirely different conversation with yourself using positive self-talk. The kind of conversation that tells you what you can do and what will work. Do that like you mean it, and you can actually feel the difference physically. Of course, while your day will usually get better, it takes more than a few talks with yourself to rewire your brain, and repetition is the key. Repeat, 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 repetition, repetition, repetition. Rewiring the brain, neuroplasticity. The more often you talk to yourself with the right self-talk, the better it works, and the more you begin to rewire your brain in the positive. So you are in charge of the programs in your brain. Once you know this, like yesterday I was talking about the gift, what a shiny, bright toy that it is to have. I guess I don't need to be right. I was trying to get to the thing, but I've got it right here with my little fluffy thing. This time I have the little fluffy thing on for the noise. So I can sit back here and just say, hey, hey. Anyway, it's like these are the coolest rocking chairs. Anyway, what I was going to say, which is very importante. Everything I say, I feel like you're just sitting right there, we're just having this conversation. and just kind of messing with you. So this self-talk and rewiring your brain and neuroplasticity and setting the right goals, I mean, these are the things that I do for my clients. I help my clients to set the right goals right away, so that rather than spending time doing it, I help them to change their mental programs. This self-talk that you'll find in the I put in the description. I think I'm behind. I don't think I put any in the description yesterday for the two that I caught myself up on. So I need to do that, and I'll put it in this one as well. But it's 30 days free for that app. And if it takes 21 days to change a habit, it's really 21 days to start breaking down those programs. Think what you could do in 30 days of changing that talk of what you can do rather than what you can't do, and what you have rather than what you don't have. Like looking at things, just changing the perspective. So like what Shad wrote in here is, the more often you talk to yourself with the right self-talk, the better it works. So it's what he was saying is using positive self-talk, the kind of a conversation that tells you what you can do and what will work. So we grew up, over 77% of us came into this world, and people told us what wouldn't work and what we couldn't do. You know, limitations. We have no limitations, absolutely no limitation. Physically, we chose, I believe, and I teach practical spirituality. So the one leg is a spiritual journey, the other leg is the human experience. For the human experience, spiritually, I believe we chose all of this. We chose our astrological chart, we chose our bodies, those are things that we came in knowing, like to guide us. And we chose the body to fulfill the mission, right? That overarching, the purpose, why we're here. We chose the time, the space, all of it. And I also believe we chose many vessels, many bodies, many lifetimes, all of that. And so here we are now, and so I've chosen Lenny, you've chosen you, and so can we change? Can I change my eye color from blue to brown? Probably not, although I know you can change your biology from, if you're sick, you can change your biology to healthy if you really want to, because our bodies are designed to be heal, and it's really up to each of us individually to talk to ourselves and to let ourselves know what we want in our brain and program the brain so that the brain can do what it can help us to do whatever it is we want to do, and help program the cells so we can change our biology. I believe that, and that's like scientifically. So, oops. I forgot to put on my do not disturb. So I'm going to have to just muddle through this. Hopefully no one will call me. But anyway, all of this, choosing that, the rest, other than what we have chosen as the vessel, our eye color and the way we look and all of that. And we can definitely change things like our weight, and for our health and fitness, we can change all of that with our self-talk. But the rest of it, we are unlimited. You can create the wealth of your dreams, whatever it is. It's only because we were told from the very beginning different things of what you could and couldn't do. Some people have a wealth mindset. Their parents it's like, you can do anything, you can make this much money, and they help them to get there and help them to think about it. And it's like, you are unlimited, you can do whatever you want. But most of us come in and it's like, only some people are wealthy and they're lucky. And I mean, you think about how many people are really wealthy and other people are not, and how many are not, and everywhere in between. But you're the one who chooses. You're the one that chooses how that goes. And the only reason that you don't have that wealth mindset or that financial strength mindset, or even a health mindset, because it doesn't matter what it is, relationships, that you choose the wrong person in your life, the wrong guy, the wrong gal, you never have a good relationship. That's all self-talk, by the way. These are programs. It's all programs. It's just negative programming that you came to believe, and now you tell yourself that, so now it's true. So long as you believe it, it's true. The human experience on this part of my practical spirituality that I teach, for the human experience, the only thing, and I've always said this to you guys, this is the easiest, most quickest way to rewire your brain with neuroplasticity as the most amazing gift that we have on planet Earth for our brain. And we can rewire our brain to be to have all the self-talk that is positive to help us say we can, we are determined, we're positive, we can do it, and we are able to do it. And it's that same quote that whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So if you think you can, if you rewire your brain to say that you can do things, and that things that can be done and that will work rather than won't work, that 77% that's negative, you'll start rewiring it, changing that program in your brain to be positive. So the input through Shad's app, the self-talk app, it's just repetition. It's all repetition of these wonderful phrases that are very concise, very specific to tell the brain what it is you want it to do. You want to have good relationships, you want to have financial strength, you want to sell, you want to have a quality life, you want to lose weight, you want to stop smoking, you want to you want to have wonderful relationships, you want to win with people, you want to have success selling, anything, health and fitness, your relationships, your financial, all of those areas, your personal growth, it doesn't matter. There is a program, and I'm not talking about the mental program now, I'm talking about Shad's app, Shad Helmstedter's app, that there's a program that you can listen to, and it's 15 minutes a day or 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. It's up to you, but you just need to do it consistently, and you choose one and you go with it for 3 weeks, and then you can change another one or add one. You just start listening to it and you start rewiring your brain. It's that repetition. It is so critical and key to your change, and you can do this. So that self-talk, like talking to yourself, how you talk to yourself, what you say when you talk to yourself, all of that is so key, because once you have that can do, it can be done, and you have that in your brain, no matter what. And I've told you in my journey with my husband here in Amarillo, Texas, it's been, you could say that it's been a very difficult time, and I can always say, I could always play the victim in the drama triangle, right? The victim, the persecutor, and the rescuer, and I could be, and you can be all those things all at once. I mean, not all at once, but you can move around in that. Like, I could be the victim of the circumstances. Here I am, stuck in Amarillo, and I haven't seen my new home that I was so happy to be there, and all the mountains and everything. I haven't seen it since July 19th, no, 17th. Haven't seen, or July 9th. I saw it for a brief second when we had to get the RV and pack all the Steve stuff. This is why I hardly have any clothes, because we packed everything for him and then came here. So, and so I could say I'm a victim. Like, I could feel like, poor me. I'm not like, no one's that wants to. I'm not going to say no one. Most people don't want to be a victim. A lot of people identify with that victim role. They think they're a victim of their situation or their circumstances. They think they're a victim of their health. I can tell you right now, my hubby is a victim. He is in the victim role of where he's at, and sometimes, and now maybe he's thinking he's taking control. I don't really know. So, and I'll explain a little bit more. But I'm just saying, I could be the victim of, here I am, poor me. Anytime there's lack, that's the victim, that you don't have enough, or you're blaming someone. More than anything, you're blaming, not you don't have something, you're blaming someone or something, or a situation, a noun, right, or circumstance. You're blaming that for your troubles when you chose it all. Like, you can come from that standpoint, or you could just take responsibility. I mean, from the spiritual side, I feel like I chose all of this. Steve chose all this. So it's really just a matter of, like, where you're at with that and how you feel about that. So it's really, the more that you understand that, the victim, the rescuer, and that drama triangle, look into that. I mean, you can look at one of my videos, because I wrote it the drama triangle, and so you can understand it. It's very